Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to another episode of Chemical Guys Detail Garage. It's spring, you've probably already cleaned your house, you may have washed your car already, but have you gave your interior the treatment that it needs? If you haven't, well, stay tuned for today's video. I'm gonna be going ahead and demonstrating how to give your interior a full deep cleaning with just using the fruit products. Stay tuned for more. So to begin today's process, we're actually going to go ahead and start off by vacuuming the vehicle. Vacuuming the vehicle is pretty much the first essential thing that you want to do whenever you're detailing your interior, simply because you're going to go ahead and pick up any kind of dirt, loose debris, leaves that are on the carpets and the floor and the seats of your vehicle, so that doesn't interfere with any of your future cleaning. Because remember, we are going to be cleaning the leather, we are going to be cleaning the floors, we're going to be doing all that stuff. So the last thing we want to worry about is any kind of loose dirt and debris that's going to be on there that's going to interfere with the cleaning process. So stick around, we'll go ahead and vacuum the rest of this vehicle, and then we'll be back when it's done. So now that we've vacuumed the vehicle, we're going to go ahead and start off with our door panel here. And at first glance, you may look at it and it doesn't look too dirty. You may have some scuffs on the, the kick plate right here, some, oils from your arms when you're laying your arms onto the armrest right here. And we want to go ahead and show you guys how to give a deep cleaning to this door panel. Now, I know we have products such as like Inner Clean and Total Interior, which work out great for wiping stuff like this down, but we want to go ahead and give it a deep clean. So today we're going to be using Nonsense. Nonsense is a pH balanced all-purpose cleaner. And the reason we're using this is because this is going to go ahead and strip off any kind of oils and grime and filth that's built up on this door panel, so that we have a full deep clean. And when we apply a dressing, it's going to go ahead and bond directly, and it's going to adhere to the surface, and it's not just going to wipe off next time we wipe it with a towel. So to accompany this, I'm going to be using our All in the Details interior brush set. Now, for this door panel here, you have 3 different sizes. You have the big size right here, which works out great for wiping down, the majority of the bigger surface coverages of the panel. You have a medium bristle brush right here as well, which helps you get into medium areas such as like these cracks, anywhere that this brush can fit into. And then you have your long, thin one here, which works out great for getting into any kind of crevices, such as like the door lock, the door handle, the buttons, any of that stuff that's kind of tight and compact in there. But for today, I'm just going to be using this big one for the door panel, just because since this door panel is pretty broad, it is vinyl, you have some leather here as well, and you have some more vinyl down here. This is going to help me go ahead and speed up the process, so I'm not there with the tiny brush agitating all day. So the first thing you want to go ahead and do is grab your Nonsense. I like to pre-saturate my brushes, so I'll kind of spray into the brush and around it, wipe off any excess. And depending on the surface that you're working on, sometimes it's useful to spray directly, or sometimes it's best to stay away from it and just spray directly onto your brush. Such as if you have any kind of perforations, you don't want to go ahead and spray directly into there because you don't want the product to get stuck in there. So in this case, I don't really have any perforations on this panel. It's mostly just straight vinyl and textured material. So I'm just going to go ahead and lightly spray some throughout the door panel. And then all I'm going to do is start agitating with my brush. And the reason I'm using a brush in the first place as opposed to a towel is because if you guys can see it on camera, this vinyl does have a texture to it. So that means that it has all these little cracks. It's kind of like skin, You have to scrub your skin with, a loofah or a brush or whatever people using nowadays to scrub their skin with. You want to make sure that you get into all the grooves of all those cracks. And I usually like to go in like a circular motion as well, just to make sure that I get the cracks in all angles. So next thing I want to do is I'm going to grab my yellow workhorse towel, and I'm simply going to wipe off the excess of this product. And like I said, I'm not expecting like super heavy filth here, but this does ensure me that I did give this panel a deep cleaning. Like I said, not too filthy, but better safe than sorry. So the reason I say that is because now that I apply dressing, it's going to adhere to the vinyl itself, and I'm not going to have any patches where like some of it looks kind of like shiny, some look dry. And the reason if you get that is because there's still oil on the surface. So if you apply a dressing and you have like little patches left behind, it's because you didn't properly prep the surface for a fresh application of dressing. So once I'm done with that, I'll go ahead and wipe off that surface. Make sure you pick it up from any kind of like cracks. You can always shimmy the towel, get it in there, get it nice and clean. And then we'll go ahead and move on to this lower area. I'll grab the brush, same process. gonna grab my towel, gonna wipe off the excess. And you will kind of get it all over the place just because it does foam up. So if you're not in control of the product, it can get a little bit everywhere, but it's fine. Remember, the product is pH neutral, so even if that product does still remain in there, it's not gonna harm it over time. It's not gonna discolor it. It's not gonna damage it. And that's pretty much all you're looking for whenever you're working with an interior cleaning product, because the last thing you wanna worry about is devaluing the interior of your vehicle by using a strong cleaner, such as like a degreaser or like a super strong acid-based cleaner. You don't wanna use something like that on your interior because, like I said, even though it does the job and it does a great job at cleaning heavy grime, it may not be the best for your interior simply because of the fact that it's super strong. So if something of that were to stay on there, it could potentially start breaking down the dye, the texture of the material over time. So definitely don't use something strong. Simply take it easy, clean your interior. I mean, it's not like you're taking this thing off-roading or you got like a heavy layer of grime that gets built up on there. Just be gentle with your interior. Use an effective product, cleaner, and combination of brush in order to go ahead and get that nice deep cleaning. All right, guys, so now that I'm done cleaning this portion of the door panel, I'm gonna go ahead and proceed to condition the door panel now. So for that, I'm gonna be using our yellow microfiber applicators and Silk Shine. Silk Shine is a water-based dressing that pretty much conditions and protects your surfaces such as vinyl, rubber, and plastic from damaging UV rays so that they don't get dried out, cracked, or faded. So this is gonna go ahead and protect and give a nice little sheen of shine and a nice little slickness so that when you feel it, it's just nice and smooth. So Silk Shine goes on very nicely. You wanna go ahead and pretty much spray directly onto your applicator. I give it 2 good sprays, and then I work that in as much as I can. So like I said, this works on vinyl. So this is our vinyl material right here. We're gonna go ahead and apply it. And you see right away how it just gives that nice deep black luster to this vinyl material. It's gonna go ahead and pretty much condition it. It's gonna give it a nice, smooth, kind of crisp, brand new look. I'm not sure if you guys can catch it on camera, but as compared to before, you can see that this has a nice little sheen to it, as before when it had kind of like more of a dry kind of texture to it. One quick tip I did want to leave you guys with is if you are not happy with the shine, let's say the shine is a little bit too much for you, you can always grab a dry microfiber towel and simply buff off any excess, and that'll right there, it'll tone down the shine so that it's not so shiny. So we're gonna go ahead and proceed with doing the rest of this door panel. I'm gonna go ahead and knock out this lower area. We're also gonna do the dashboard. We're gonna do the center console, and we're gonna go ahead and clean up all those areas and condition them so that you guys can see the difference of what a conditioned versus an unconditioned side looks like. And remember, this dressing you definitely wanna apply to your dashboard simply because it contains UV blockers. So that's gonna go ahead and prevent a lot of those harmful UV rays from drying out and cracking your dashboard, which on most cars, that can be a very easy thing to do just because those plastics, that vinyl material, it's not that durable, and if you're not careful with it, you could potentially be prone to cracking and fading through the long-term game. All right, so now for cleaning the next area of the vehicle, we're gonna be cleaning the leather. We're gonna be using our leather cleaner and our Select Horsehair Premium brush. Now, keep in mind, this leather here does have perforations. I'm not gonna spray directly onto the surface. What I like to do when you have leather that has perforated leather, you wanna go and spray directly onto your brush. So spray directly to avoid getting the product into the holes and the perforations. So next thing you want to do is simply agitate it, just like if you were doing any other cleaning. Simply agitate the surface with your brush. And keep in mind, the product is not foaming, but it is still doing its job. And the reason it's not foaming is because we're not oversaturating the surface with the leather cleaner. If you apply a lot of leather cleaner, the product will start foaming, which gives you that foaming action. But since we're trying to keep that at a minimal, we're simply working it, and like I said, check that out. We cleaned our leather. without getting any excess product stuck on the perforations. Nice and clean, ready for us to condition it. Now remember, leather cleaner is a pH balanced product. So if you were to spray directly and it does get into those holes, don't freak out. You know, you can clean it as much as you can, but it's not gonna damage the leather. So don't worry about it. It's pH neutral. It's not gonna stain, discolor, dry, or fade or crack your leather with the time that it stays sitting on there. Check that out. Looks nice and new, clean. We don't have any foam lingering into the perforations of the leather. It's nice, clean, smooth leather. So now that we've finished cleaning the leather, we're gonna go and proceed to conditioning it using our leather conditioner. So same thing, my tip to you guys is whenever you're applying a leather conditioner to perforate a leather, keep your product at a minimal, apply just a few drops. And what I like to do is I get my finger and I work the product into the applicator. And this just helps kind of distribute the product on here so that, you know, if I were to go ahead and, you know, put those dots, if I were to get a dot and I would just go ahead and, you know, straight blot it on there, that product would fall into the perforations in the leather and it's going to get stuck in there and it's going to be kind of a pain to clean it up. So like I said, work it into the applicator. Pro tip right here, work it in and then apply it to your leather. And this minimizes blotching the product into the pores and the perforations of the leather. Like I said, once it's worked into your applicator, simply work into the leather and just work that onto the surface. Remember, you can go ahead and do the bolsters as well. So same thing like we did with the silk shine. If you're not a fan of that shine, simply grab a dry towel and buff off any excess. You know, for all you shine fanatics, you know, I know some people like the leather looking shiny, but leather's not meant to be shiny. You can have it shiny if you'd like, but I kind of like to preserve the natural new car look. So we'll buff off any excess and we'll brush off that pet hair, which brings us to our next step in this process, which is cleaning our floor mats. So we're here with our floor mat, and while I was vacuuming the vehicle, I noticed that one of the floor mats was actually caked with pet hair. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, the owner of this vehicle does have a dog. Pretty sure it's a husky, you know, just by looking at how much hair is on this carpet. So I want to show you guys how to go ahead and clean up this pet hair, simply because whenever you're using a vacuum, it isn't strong enough to pull off the hairs that are pretty much embedded into the strands of this carpet. So I'm going to show you guys how to clean that up today using our pet hair removal brush. Now the pet hair removal brush is a nice rubber brush that pretty much pulls off and, you know, collects the hairs that are built up on this carpet without damaging the carpet itself. So check this out. All you want to do to go ahead and use it is you're just going to pretty much start using it like a brush. You're going to start stroking the carpet left to right, and you're going to start picking up all that pet hair. Check that out. Got a whole hairball right there. Our brush. And you can just toss that out, put it to the side, bring it out, and then continue working the carpet until it's fully clean and decontaminated of all this pet hair. So we're gonna go ahead and finish this up off camera, and then we'll be back to show you guys the next step in cleaning this fabric carpet mat. So now that we're done removing all the pet hair from this carpet, I want to move on to actually cleaning it. And by cleaning it, I mean by actually doing a deep cleaning with the shampoo to make sure we remove any kind of embedded dirt, grime, any kind of like contaminants that can still be stuck in this carpet that can be causing any kind of foul odors, you know, emanating from this. You don't want to have your car, you don't want to do all this work and don't clean your carpets and then have a nasty smell coming from them, because then it just takes away from the overall detail. You know, you're stuck driving your car smelling that lingering pet smell or whatever it is that's on there. So we're gonna go and show you guys how to clean it up using our Fabric Clean Upholstery shampoo. Now, Fabric Clean is a shampoo. You can tell by it's rich, thick texture. So this right here, you want to go ahead and dilute in a separate spray bottle, just like so. So this right here, we have Fabric Clean diluted to a 20:1 ratio. So this product can be diluted up to 20:1 for general purpose cleaning and up to 8:1 for extra dirty areas. So if you want to do some deep cleaning, 8:1, general maintenance or just wipe downs, 20:1, which is this right here. So like I said, the way I'm going to use this product is I'm going to go ahead and simply spray it onto the carpet. Spray onto the carpet, get it nice and coated. And I'm going to use our nifty interior cleaning brush. I'm going to spray the bristles of the brush as well. And then I'm simply going to agitate this. Now, Fabric Clean is a citrus-based product. So the reason I like that is because it has that zesty scent. So pretty much once you're done cleaning your carpets, you have a fresh, zesty kind of lemon scent emanating from your carpets. So you always get that nice kick in your nose whenever you're driving around. It gives you like that nice fresh breeze of clean air, you know? Wiping on the carpet with the towel. So like I said, oh man, you still got some pet hair flying around there. But we're just gonna go ahead and wipe it down. Nice and gently, nothing crazy. And just like that, you clean it up, pick up any dirt that's embedded on there. And then it kind of stains, you know, this does work on stains as well. So if the carpet is stained, if you have a tan kind of carpet, it'll work great to, you know, decontaminate it, get off those stains and just make it look its overall best. Party foul. All right, so now that we're done, sorry about the technical foul, we're gonna go ahead and give you just a pro tip, and that is just to kind of make your floor mats look a little bit more presentable. So the way you do that is you grab your brush, you stroke it in one direction, and then you come back around and you stroke it in the opposite direction. Check that out. Nice and even, looks like a professional. Just clean your carpets and just looks great. Now for the last step of our detail, we're gonna be cleaning these WeatherTech floor mats. Well, this is more of a trunk kind of mat. So we're gonna be using our Matte Renew cleaner and protectant. Now, Matte Renew is a cleaner, which means it's gonna go ahead and safely and effectively clean light to heavy grime that's built up on these floor mats and protect them from, you know, future wear and tear. It gives them like a nice little conditioning so that they stay nice and black or whatever color that they are without you having to apply any kind of dressings, which, you know, I don't recommend applying dressings on your floor mats simply due to the fact that, you know, they do have oils and stuff like that. So if you apply those onto your floor mats, it does kind of make it a hazard for you to kind of drive simply because of, you know, if they're slippery, you don't want to be, you know, driving while having a slippery floor mat, because in worst case scenarios, you know, it's just better to avoid those kind of scenarios. Drive safe, drive comfortable, drive in control. So usually with the Matte Renew cleaner, you can typically just spray it onto your floor mats, grab a flag tip brush and kind of scrub them, rinse them right off. But since we're working indoors, you know, these floor mats aren't too bad. You know, they have like little, you know, debris here and there, nothing crazy that I have to scrub off with a brush. So all I want to do is simply get our product, spray it directly, and get a nice even coat throughout the whole thing. And then all you want to do is grab your towel and wipe off the product. So just wipe off the grime. Remember, this floor mat does kind of have a cross grid texture, so I'm going to come back the other way around just to make sure I pick up any kind of grime and leftover product that are left into the cracks when I'm going one direction. And then, like I said, I'll go the opposite direction, going this way, just to kind of pick up any grime and excess product that I have on there. And remember, this is going to condition the matte or rubber kind of floor mats. So if you do have these type of floor mats, you want to make sure that you're using something like this, simply because, you know, if you use a strong cleaner, it could potentially dry out the floor mat, which, you know, when you have floor mats as expensive as these are, you don't want to ruin them by spraying the wrong product or using the wrong thing on there. So go with your gut, use the right product, Matte Renew to clean your floor mats. You're not going to regret it. So I don't know if you guys can catch it on camera, but this area right here looks nice. It's clean, it's dark as compared to like something on this side that I didn't touch. You know, I'm not sure if you guys can tell the difference on camera, but this side does it does look a little bit lighter, not as conditioned, not as, you know, clean looking as compared to this left side that we've done. So now that we've done this section, I'm gonna go ahead and proceed to doing the rest of this floor mat so that we can go ahead and throw it back in the trunk. All right guys, so now that we're done fully detailing our interior, we've already cleaned the door panels, we vacuumed it, we cleaned the floor mats, we removed all the pet hair, we cleaned the WeatherTech mats. It's clean, you know, you can look at it and just pretty much feel that nice feeling of having a brand new fresh interior all over again. Even if your car isn't brand new, you know, get that nice mesmerizing scent all over again so that you drive in comfort as you're driving down the road and a nice clean ride. If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe and make sure to turn on your post notifications so that you get a notification every time we post a brand new video. My name is Joey. This is Chemical Guys Detail Garage. We'll see you guys next time.